What up? This rap is so Suge Knight is finally coming clean and admitting who unalived Tupac. So we've been hearing for years that Keefy D was behind it. Keefy D has been publicly admitting it in interviews, and then it even led to his arrest some time ago, where he's been in jail this whole time for being involved in taking out Tupac. So now Suge Knight is finally confirming this. He's saying that he heard all about it. He said Keefy D actually came clean to him one day and told him everything.
Keefy D, you know that trial coming up, man. It's around the corner, man. And he officially came out with his defense. He's saying that, Diddy, he put a hit out on you and Tupac, and that's the reason why Tupac got killed in Vegas. So, yeah, man. How you feel about that?
Well, first thing first. I mean, that conversation been out there. He put his truth out there. A lot of other people put their truth out there. Me personally, if it wasn't all the way out there, I wouldn't have no comment on it. But since it's there, I tell you this. When I first paroled back in the day, I used to keep a box at the Staples Center. So I'm at the Laker game, fucking with a bitch here and there, got some bitches with me. I step out for a little fresh air. I see Keefy D. Keefy D was spooked. First thing he told me was they didn't have nothing to do with the killing of my homie Buntry. I responded to Keefy D and said, shit, if I thought that, I'd be on you already. And he said, but I'm going to give you something that's real true, and I've been wanting to tell you because we've been knowing each other, since we was kids. So Keefy D was like, look, I need the money. Puffy and them supposed to gave me $1 million. They gave us most of the money or half of the money. And that's how everything unraveled for is what happened in Vegas. At that time, I'm on parole. I look to the left, look to the right. The whole place is packed. So I'm like, I had to go take a piss. Let's have this conversation in the restroom. He was like, man, I ain't going in that restroom with you. And good thing he didn't, because even though we was friends, but if a motherfucker pays you to kill us, I got a bullet into my skull. And one of the best friends I had ever had in life is Pac. And he ain't here. I'm gonna beat the fuck out that nigga in that restroom. My blood was boiling. Somebody used to always say. But at the same time, I am an intelligent, wise man and a businessman. Since I can't do nothing to him, I might as well get him to ask some questions. So I doubled back on him and said, what you mean? He said, well, look, Puffy used to come to the hood. He said, you can ask James. Him and James always been good friends. James is the one who went through some things and been tampered with. But it's not about James getting tampered with. It's about the conversation Keefy D told me what he told James. Guess they baby mamas is best friends. So Rat James, what Keefy D said, he told Rat James that, look, it's big money in this. Only thing Puffy want to do is pay $1 million to have both of them killed. He told me that. He said it was, according to him, he said it was security that accepted money, participate in it, and it was so-called homies. So he laid it out to me in a way that he's spilling his guts to me, saying it wasn't just him, it wasn't just Puffy. He named names, he named people.
And so what Suge is saying is that basically what we already know is that, yeah, P. Diddy put a bag on Tupac, and he's saying it was something like $1 million. So this is all confirmation what Keefe D been saying. So they're saying that Diddy wanted Tupac gone and Suge, it sounded like, and he put a hit on Pac and Suge and put a bag up, and Keefe D was involved in trying to accomplish that for Diddy and was successful in taking out Tupac, but not Suge. Suge had a bullet in his head, so they almost got them both. But so Diddy, I wonder if this is gonna affect them at all, because now you got Keefe D trying to explain to prosecutors that Diddy was behind this. Now we got Suge saying it. Suge, I didn't think Suge was ever gonna come clean about this, because everyone knows Suge would have known who tried to take them out, because he was in the car with Tupac. So everyone's feeling like Suge knows exactly what happened that night. He knows. He probably got a good look at who did that, or has some type of idea about who did that. Everybody's waiting on this because Suge's been quiet this whole time, but he said he'll finally admit this because Keefe D's already admitting it. So it's not telling, Suge didn't want to be known as somebody that told. He knows this is something he'd rather take care of in the streets, not something that he wants, to tell on Keefe D type thing. So he's been quiet, and I didn't think he'd ever come clean about this. But he did the right thing because people been knowing that he knows information. People been knowing that he should know more than anyone. He's like the only, remaining person alongside Keefe D. Keefe D and Suge is like the only ones still alive in that whole situation. And so a lot of people are gone as far as right on the scene, All the rest of them that was on the scene ended up being unalived eventually. So for eyewitnesses, that's, it's between Suge and Keefe D. And no one thought Suge was ever going to spill the beans. People thought he was going to go to the grave with that information, but now he finally let it be known that, yeah, this is the same information he had, is that Keefe D was behind it. Keefe D, was trying to get that $1 million from Diddy. And from what I understand, Diddy ended up paying the wrong person. And so it doesn't seem like it would be too hard to figure out, put some paper trails behind this, and maybe Diddy would have to pay for this, you would think, eventually. I mean, there's no statute of limitations on something like, unaliving. So you would think that maybe there's a chance one day Diddy might end up having an answer for this, because he wanted Pac out the way. And he must have been shook, because Pac was really going at Bad Boy and Diddy and Notorious B.I.G. and all them. Like, it was really one of the hardest drill songs, like one of the first drill songs. But Eazy-E had a song kind of like that too, when he went at Dre. And then Snoop Dogg was coming back at them. But really, Eazy-E had a real serious song. And then, but when Pac came out with that Hit 'Em Up, man, I think that shook Diddy up real bad. Like, you couldn't tell if this was just music or was this dude really gonna do that, Pac was off the hook with that. Like, he was not playing around when he put out Hit 'Em Up. So to me, that's one of the hardest diss tracks ever, And then, so Suge Knight also went on to talk about like how Orlando situation came up where Pac put hands and feet on Orlando. It sounds like Suge was saying something about that too in another segment, where it sounded like he was saying that might have messed up the original hit. So Orlando wasn't just there for no reason there. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't there for no reason then, because it looks like Orlando was there to actually scope out the whole situation, and he's probably like a lookout, like to see when Pac and them was leaving, and you know when Suge and them was leaving, so they could trail them or something. That might have been the original plan, but then Pac spotted them, put hands and feet on Orlando, and sounded like Suge was saying that might have messed up their original hit, you know, the original plan they had. So it wasn't no coincidence then, I guess, that Orlando was out there. You know what I'm saying? Orlando was out there to probably spy on them and keep an eye on Pac and them so they could do that hit. And then things almost got messed up that night for them. Pac almost survived that then if they would have gotten away, you know, if he would have just laid low after stomping Orlando out. But maybe they would have eventually got them anyways. With a million hit out on Pac, I mean, that's the right place too, because Diddy knew people, he knew hitters out in California and I guess Las Vegas and all that. So it sounds like the hitters were from California and they followed Pac all the way to, you know, they knew he was going to be out in Vegas for that night. They was going to do the hit there. So looks like this is crazy that Suge is finally coming clean and letting us know that it really was Keefy D. I never thought I'd hear this coming from Suge. I thought Suge was going to hold on to this information forever. But it's good to see that Suge is finally saying this. I don't think he'd ever testify, though. You know, so this statement isn't really going to go nowhere, I don't think, because for them to pursue some charges against Diddy, you would need Keefy D saying it and then probably Suge Knight saying it too, what he knows. And there's no way I could see Suge ever cooperating. I don't think he would ever want to be cooperating. Maybe he would. I mean, maybe this is his chance to get out of jail because they really got him good. They got him jammed up good. So maybe this is a way of trying to bargain something to where he could get out. I don't know how much time Suge got left to serve, but it seems like he's been in there for a long time, and I think he got another 10 years or something, if I'm just doing a wild guess right now, you know, according to how long he's been in. And then I forget exactly how much years he got. I thought he got didn't he get 20-something years or something? It was a lot of years, I know. It might have been 28 years, I don't know. But whatever, how many years he got, I know he got some time left. I don't think he's scheduled to get out for a while now. So maybe this is his way of trying to get the ball moving on a possible early release if he cooperates, because it doesn't sound like he has too much of a problem cooperating now that he knows Keefy D already told. You know what I'm saying? This is his reasoning. He's saying Keefy D told already. So there's no reason for him to keep this quiet, because you know, he might as well just explain what he knows to people, because this is the time. This is the time for him to, you know, come clean and let people know what happened to Pac. So we'll see what happens if anything comes of this, but Diddy is in trouble if this, you know, leads to more investigations on Diddy. They probably wouldn't even need Suge like that to testify anyways, because at this point, there's enough testimony out in the public in interviews, and people know, well, people are hearing over and over again that Diddy put $1 million out. So with that, all they would need to do is establish a serious paper trail. And now with the Vlad interviews, it sounds like he paid somebody called Zip or something out in New York. He paid the wrong person. And Keefy, that's part of why Keefy D came clean, is because he didn't really get paid, it sounds like. It sounds like he never got his bread for being involved in that. And Diddy sounds like he paid the wrong person. Like, how you gonna pay the wrong person? It sounds like, well, Suge was saying there's multiple people involved in this, but I know Keefy D wanted his portion of this. He wanted his cut, so that's why he started speaking out, because he never got his cut. And this dude, Zip or whoever, you know, say he opened up a club, and, you know, so we got real names. There's real names out here. And Suge says he got more names. He got more information. He got a lot more information to spill on. So Suge is saying, yeah, there's more names involved. So yeah, I would think that the feds would be able to get a paper trail together and somehow trace that $1 million, like who got paid, use the names that have been popping up, and try to figure out how they can link that to Diddy. If they can do that, if they can secure that, and they would just need Keefy D's testimony after that, I would think, because it'd be credible enough with, that would make Keefe D's testimony more credible, as if the authorities can link a paper trail to that $1 million and where it was spent, how it got paid, if they can tie it from Diddy to one of the hitters involved, and if they can tie that whole thing together and figure out, okay, yeah, we got proof now that $1 million was paid out, and we got Keefe D saying this, and I doubt Suge will say it in the courtroom, but if they do get Suge's cooperation, they're gonna have more and more evidence to put Diddy away for this, because Diddy took out a legend, Tupac, but he was looking at, Diddy, I understand, he was actually, looking out for his own safety. Diddy was obviously afraid of Suge and Pac and them. He was afraid for his life, obviously. So Diddy, you can't really, you got to really kind of understand that Diddy did that because he was trying to preserve his life. So that part is understandable, but still, just for him to take out a legend like Tupac, that just pisses off a lot of people, I know, because Tupac has so much more to offer. He has so much more music to put out. He has so much more movies to put out. He has so much more to do. And to take out somebody like Pac, it's like, man, that just pisses me off still to this day, kind of sometimes, Pac was a legend, yo. Probably, definitely one of the top 5. I would say probably up there, yeah, definitely top 5. Probably top 3 even. And some people actually got him at the top of the list as the #1 rapper of all time. And I think that's kind of where I would put him, probably as the #1 rapper, because who else, Who else? So, yeah, that's about it for today, y'all. Suge is coming clean. He's letting us know who took out Pac and who was behind it. It sounds like Diddy put up a bag and Keefe D was involved. So now we got confirmation. Just wanted to let y'all know. Hey, look, let's get 100 likes on this video at least, and then also make sure you subscribe and follow Rapids on social media and everything like that. I'm out.